Well, I think I may as well introduce it before we start getting into the storyline. Welcome, guys, to Gunpoint. Quite obviously a new game. So I recently got this on Steam. I hadn't heard of it before. I just kind of started browsing through games and saw this. Looked interesting, so I bought it. I have played through it already. Twice, or 3 times, I'm not sure. It is a very good game. It is quite short, so I'm not sure how long or how many episodes there will be. About the series itself, I'm just going to say I'm going to play through this in a single session, maybe 2 sessions if possible. So that means I won't have any introductions or, you know, I won't say goodbye at the end of videos or whatever. And that's just so I can get through editing a bit faster. So I hope you guys don't mind that. So let's get into it. Our character is lying on the ground here, and we're on the phone with the woman up here. Did you just get thrown out of a plate glass window? No, definitely not. I did not. She works at a gun company across the road, and someone just got thrown out of my apartment window. And obviously we don't want to talk about it because we're here on the floor. So she wanted to call us about something else, but she's more interested. Try to move on. What did you need? My name's Selena Delgado. My boss, Rook, says you're some kind of freelance spy. I might have a job for you. Want to come up? Sure, buzz me in. Alright, so let's make our way up to this lovely lady up here. Dang it. Let me just go to my options here. Let me do that. So the game is hard-coded to use WASD, which means I can't reconfigure, and she's about to die. No! Person I've never met before! The game is hard-coded to use WASD, and now that is just too far. Too far. It's hard-coded to use WASD, which means it'll give me prompts in WASD, and since my keyboard is all strange, I don't take fall damage, quite obviously. Since my keyboard is strange, I'm going to use the arrow keys instead. This game is really loud. There we go, that's a bit better. Congratulations on purchasing your new Bullfrog brand hyper trousers. Caution, a maximum strength jump may shatter glass ceilings, windows, and... children? Outdoor use only. Oh god. Oh god, that did not go well. Alright, so, storyline here. We are this freelance spy, and we've recently got access to these Bullfrog super trousers that make us jump ridiculously high and powerfully, I suppose. So the game revolves around using this power, and some others, to achieve the various objectives given to us by the characters within the game. So it's a great game. I recommend buying it. It's 10 euro, might be $15, I'm not sure. And it's short, so you may not feel like you got money's worth, but it is really entertaining, and I've managed to replay it a few times, so there you go. Conway, this is Melanie Rook. Selena Delgado worked for me. Do you have time to talk? Okay, well, she's the one that recommended us, so obviously that's why she knows her name. I suppose I do have time to talk, so let's say sure. I know you didn't kill Selena. Well, that's good. That would be stupid of me anyway. I just watched the footage. You walked right in front of a security camera on your way to Selena's office after the shots were fired. But the East Point police won't look beyond an easy conviction. That footage puts you at the scene, and I have to turn it over to them. So, let's just agree that we're boned here. Because I like that word. Yeah, I may be slightly immature, just a bit. Okay, so she has to hand over the footage, and she has several backups, which she will have to get rid of if she doesn't want to hand over the footage. So let's ask her why she can't wipe them remotely. If I could wipe it remotely, there wouldn't be any point in storing it remotely. That makes perfect sense. She has 5 different offsite locations, so the first few missions we're just going to be going through wiping the data. So let's take our first mission here. So, I'll walk through how we get in, I'll walk through wiping the data, I'll just say we've got it, and cut down on the time we're spending talking to this woman here, because that's not what you're here for. We're here for gameplay, and we're here for, well, let's playing. So, as you can see, this charge builds up, and this is, you know, it obviously shows you where you're going to jump to. So if I do this, he'll jump over to there. If I do this, he'll jump over to there. This takes some time to build up at the moment. There are upgrades for this later. We can also climb up and down walls. I assume because of these glowing things on his hands that you may or may not be able to see. And I feel like this is rendering particularly slowly. I'm gonna be right back. Let me check my frap settings. Just give me a second. Okay, my hunch was right. The game speed is tied to your frame rate, so I had my frame rate on fraps set to 30 because that makes it easier to edit later, because 60 lags out my video editing software. The laptops are just kind of bonus storyline information. I'm not too interested in them at the moment. So I've moved that up to 60 and the game's now playing at normal speed, so sorry about that. Now, let's break through this glass to get out of here faster. And to the exit. So that was a pretty simple mission. All we had to do really was walk in the door. The terminal we hacked there was the way of erasing the data. Walking through already open doors is my speciality. It's pretty simple. Okay, so they're backed up at 4 other facilities. The others are slightly better guarded, but nothing too taxing. I'll give you the addresses in order of security, since frankly I have no idea how good you are. Slightly creepy level of micromanagement. So, let's take her next mission briefing. Second backup drive, get in, get the data, get out. So the guard's going to leave the door open for us. That's kind of the opposite of guard's job description. They spend more time dealing with electrical faults than professional spies. It shouldn't be hard to outwit them. Okay, well that makes sense. So, guards will shoot on sight. Cursor turns red in areas guards can see, like there. Jump on a guard to pin him to the ground. Now, something to mention here. Let me just take this guy out first. I'm not going to kill him. Using these switches, we can interact with the environment. Right now, all we can do is use them to turn off the lights. Now, here, these hand scanners can only be used by the guards. I have no way of activating them. These switches, on the other hand, I do. So I'm going to activate that switch and turn off the lights. The guard comes out to check what's going on, and we take him out. Simple as that. Hack another terminal, and then we can get out of here. So, these are quite obviously tutorial missions. Pretty simple. Nothing particularly challenging, still getting full marks, so to speak. Witnesses, it's because we alerted everyone. If we'd killed him, this would be all the way to the top, and this would be all the way to the bottom. However, it doesn't matter at the moment. Time taken, yeah, it's irrelevant. I missed the laptop, but they're not really important. Now, this one we need a crosslink, so we're going to come into the shop here. What the crosslink allows us to do is use the switches to interact with more of the environment. Okay, so I'll just... no problem. I know how to do this. So, you'll notice there's no guards in this one. So let me just get this laptop here while we're at it. But you'll notice here we've got this switch. Now this switch, all it does is turn off the lights, but using the crosslink, I'm going to use the mouse wheel here, and you notice that this door right here has the same color as this light and the switch, so I can rewire the switch and open the door, just like that. By that same coin, oops, I can close this door. Not that it really matters, because I'm going to use the window to get out, because I'm just lazy that way. So this crosslink allows you to explore much more possibilities, much more interesting ways to do the levels. Right. Simple so far. She didn't give us any briefing on this one, that's interesting. So what can we do here? We'll take this guard out the normal way. Just pounce on him, punch him, done. And now you'll notice that this guard is standing beside a power socket. Now we can rewire this switch here, and we can shock the guard, and that's him taken out. Let's open this door as well while we're here, so when we come back we can take care of that. Turn off the lights, there's no one using them. So these power sockets will become pretty useful later on, because while these guards right now are, well, we can take them out by hand, there are guards later on which we can't. I don't know why my cursor's still red. And in that case, the switches will be pretty useful. So this is the last backup location. Last copy, we need to get to 3 different terminals. So let's ask her if she's seeing anyone about her backup addiction, because that's pretty insane. Okay, you never know when a suspected murderer is going to try systematically erasing them. Well, you do if you hire them. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, finally, we're getting to the slightly more complicated levels. Let's just get up here in the open door. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove every bit of wiring, because I want the guards to have no control over their environment. Pretty simple concept. By blocking them off from everything, they can't really do anything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to force this guard into acting by turning off his light. Now he's going to want to come there and try to turn the light back on. And he tries that 3 times before giving up. It's the same every time, which is pretty good. It's reliable. You can use it to interact with other things. So let's take him out that power socket, excuse me. While we're here, let's close that door and open this one. Let's go up here and let's turn off this light. Okay. The reason I didn't pounce him while he was there, I could have actually gone onto the roof and dropped onto him, but I just didn't want him to what is the word I'm looking for? I didn't want to break the glass because that would make all the other guards become alert, so that's why. And now I want the light to turn out when I get, oh damn it, wrong button. I want the light to turn out when I get down there. So I've wired the elevator button to the light, and you can wire it to everything, and you can actually wire lights to each other. So for example, when this happens, that elevator button will turn on that light, turn off that light, and turn that one on. Thank you for the achievement, Steam, it really means a lot to me. So doing this, you can have some pretty complicated, sequences of events. So I can have, for example, when I get to this, turn off, or actually let's make that, yeah, that's actually probably reasonable. Let's turn off that light, and when this light turns off, let's open that door. And the reason I can't just do both is because it only lets you connect each thing to one other thing. You can connect multiple things to a single other thing, but you can't have multiple connections going out of one thing to another. So let's get this terminal as well while we're here. And actually let's have that door open that door so we can leave quicker. Now, once we get up here, you'll notice that this light turns off, both those doors open. This guy comes out looking for us, we take him out, and now we just get the terminal. Now, I've been quiet this whole time in terms of in-game noise. Oh, I forgot to get the terminal down there, that was stupid, wasn't it? We've been quiet this whole time in terms of in-game noise, so I wasn't going to smash that window to get out. Not that it matters, because I need to come down to this terminal anyway. So let's get out of here. And we're done there. So, noise, ninja, you get different attributes depending on how you play through each one. You can have, for example, if you don't punch a single person, you get gentleman for violence. If you don't get any witnesses, you get ghost. I actually don't know what you get if you have the minimum possible time, because I've never managed that. If you're close to the minimum, you get swift, and if you're maxed out, or if you get 2 times the minimum time or more, you get thoughtful. Now you'll notice here, each time we've gotten 1 upgrade point, and I've ignored these so far, just because I'm forgetful. Okay. I appreciate the help, whatever the reasons. We're done with her backups. Now, let's have a look at these upgrades. What I've gotten right now is Bullfrog Jump Strength and Bullfrog Charge Up Time. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to put pretty much all my upgrade points at the moment into my charge up time. So that allows me to basically single click and it's fully charged. I'm going to start boosting. Actually, no, I'm going to put 3 points into each. So this will allow me to charge up much faster, and this allows me to jump higher and faster. Now I need the wire jack for this one, so let's get that. You'll see what that's for in this mission. We haven't actually encountered it yet. So, Katie Collins. Hi, thanks so much for replying. For this money, even lowercase i's couldn't keep me away. She's paying me a good bit. Okay, so Katie Collins is in prison. Her name's Katie Collins. She works at Rook, the gun company, and her friend Celine was killed last night. Someone's saying they saw me there, and all the security footage has been deleted. That's a bit of a dick move, person who deleted all the security footage. I know. I wasn't there at all last night, but I live alone, so I can't prove it without the footage. What can I do? Person saying they saw me there is Melanie Rook's husband, Jackson. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but maybe you could stop by his building and just see what's going on. Okay, well, if he was stringing me up, I'd want to get him in acid, not trouble. I just wanted to know why he would do this. He always seemed so nice, maybe there's a reason. Okay, well, this is her telling us where he is, and then I'll throw him in some acid. No acid, just want to know what's going on. Got it? Let's get out of here. Okay, so you'll notice here that there are connections that I can't access. You'll also notice that they have a green circle instead of this red square. And you'll notice there's a green thing down here. Now this is what the wire jack does. When I access this, it'll allow me to access all the other circuitry that is green on this level. So that'll allow me to progress. So let's have this camera open the door. Thank you. Let's disconnect that. And now let's go down and wire jack. So this acts like anything else. Just interact with it and you're done. Now we have access to everything else on this level. So let's rewire that switch to open the door for us. Thank you. And then let's have that not do anything so you can get through there. There's a laptop there which I want to get. And this motion detector. This is a motion detector, activates whenever you walk past it. It would, actually I'll show you here, it would open and close the door as you went through it, so that's all it does. Let's get the laptop, that's not important. How far can we jump with this? Wait, you can't really tell indoors, can you? Now, let's come spy on Jackson up here. That's Jackson. Jackson 1. No, Intex have that whole call recorded. Okay, so we don't know who Intex are yet. Yeah, well thank you Captain Hindsight, I didn't know they were bugging me. You can't hear a bug, it's not the fucking 90s. Yeah, right, I'll let you know. Okay, so all we can tell is that Intex are, well, someone, and they're bugging Jackson. His whole call, whatever it was, is recorded. That doesn't really seem like anything to us, but you never know. So you can notice I can jump a lot farther now, and quicker. Yeah, our time wasn't great that one. Hey, what happened? Did you hear anything? He says a company called Intex have an incriminating recording of him. Main rivals, big multinational company who just opened an office here in East Point. So that tells us who Intex is. Katie Collins obviously works for Rook, which is the woman we were talking to earlier whose backups we deleted. And they're a firearm company. And why would they be recording Jackson's phone calls? Jackson runs his own company, but it's a dummy company for Rook. Intex would definitely want to hear his calls. Okay, well, a bit of corporate espionage, why not? What would Jackson be saying that he shouldn't? If he's trying to frame me, maybe he's involved with Selena's death somehow. Well, let's keep looking into it. Let's not make any foregone conclusions. Really messed up, yada yada yada.